Greetings, my friends. Today we have a story from Hinge about a girl who went on 7 dates and she got ghosted, all right? So this should be a good one. I'm going to read the story and then I'll get into my opinions and you guys can leave comments throughout the way. All right, so let's get into it. So the story's titled, Been on 7 dates and He's Gone Dry. Advice Needed. So she says, I, 25 years old, female, matched with a guy, 25-year-old, male, 2 months ago. We gone on 7 dates total and all have been so thoughtful and amazing. Okay? Well, isn't that lovely? Aw, he's so thoughtful. Let's continue. Then she put, and he made his interest in me very clear after the first date. That's pretty good. For the first month and a half, he was very consistent in communication, and we always had the next date planned. Okay? We started sleeping together after date 5, which is when I noticed a shift in energy. Okay? He became a bit drier and less interested in my life, stopped asking me questions about myself, wasn't as thoughtful over text or in person, dates weren't planned in advance, etc. After the 7th date, he updated his Hinge profile with a picture he showed me on our 7th date. Damn. I don't think that's a good thing, but let's continue. Ultimately, we both left for our respective Christmas vacations about a week and a half ago at this point. And before we left, he said he's looking forward to seeing me again when we're back. So maybe they go to college together or something. I don't know. They're at school together, I'm guessing. She continues, I haven't heard from him since besides a few breadcrumbs here and there on non-texting apps we follow each other on. So I don't know what apps could that be? You know, is it like a video game app? You know, you guys, Words with Friends? Which one is it? Then she put, I felt like it was too early to have a conversation about exclusivity since it was only a month and a half and I was still getting to know him. Is it safe to assume he's no longer interested and likely building a roster? Thanks in advance. Then she completes it by saying, after date 7, he updated his Hinge profile with a pic he showed me on date 7 and suddenly became dry / took less initiative with regards to pursuing me. Great question. Look, so she's been on 7 dates total, right? She slept with him after date number 5. She felt like things became a little dry. He didn't make as much effort. And she wants to know, like, if there's an issue, is he building a roster? Or is he, what's the word she said exactly? Is he building a roster? Or is he no longer interested? Okay. So let me know what you guys' take is in the comments, and we're going to have a whole discussion about this. You guys know I respond to all the comments in the comments, so comment below and we'll discuss it. But here's my take on it. From a man perspective, all men, for the most part, after we do sleep with a girl, we don't put as much into it as we did to get the girl. You know, I mean, for men, we put all this work into to build the interest, to get you to the point where you are interested in us. And once we get that validation, it's not that we don't like you anymore, it's that we feel complacent now. As men, we feel like, all right, I know for a fact you like me now. Well, after we have sex, that's like the ultimate confirmation from a girl to a guy that you like us, you accept us. After that, we don't feel like we have to work as hard anymore because we feel like we're out of the interview stage, right? It's like when you interview for a job, you show up with a tie, a nice pressed dress shirt. Could have even been a dry clean dress shirt, maybe cufflinks if it's a really nice job, nice belt, slacks, you know what I'm saying? You shine your shoes and all that to get the job. Then after a while, when you start working at the place, you obviously might not have to dress in like casual clothing depending on where you work. If you work for corporate America, you still got to wear casual clothing, but it's business casual. And so we might, wear sneakers. They might not be as neat. They might not be as fresh. We won't look like we cleaned up the same way we got the job, right? It's no different than going to court, right? You go to court looking your best, your Sunday best, but then on the street, you're just more normal. It's because we feel like we have to achieve something, accomplish something, and we're going to give our best foot forward. Now, if I were you as a girl, I wouldn't suggest that you think that he's moved on, he's no longer interested. This is actually just a normal thing us guys go through. In this scenario now, Before you guys have sex, you have all the leverage. After you have sex, he has more leverage because now you're at the point where, like, all right, he's gotten some of what he wanted. The question is, does he want to keep you after you guys slept together? And that's going to be a lot on your value. So if I were you, it's your turn now to put more of the work in, right? He put all the work in up front. You got to start putting some of the work on the back end, showing that, hey, I'm interested in you. I still want this to progress. I still want to get to know you. I wouldn't take it personally. So many women take this stage personally that you're no longer desired because there's a shift. And every relationship goes through a shift. They're like, everyone's on their best behavior, especially men prior to sex. After sex, and we get validated, is the reality. You know, I've done this multiple times. We feel like we could breathe and we could, all right, I don't got to focus on her so much more. I don't have as much anxiety anymore because, you know, she's put out. It was fun. It was great. Now I can kind of just like chill a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But while he's chilling, you can still put in work. You know, don't let this deter you from putting in work. It's not any testimony of how he feels, not evidence of how he feels. It's really just the stages men go through when we're dating. So I wouldn't take it personally. You know, if you want him, keep talking to him, keep pursuing him. You can even mention, hey, you know, what's up? What's going on? You seem a little different. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? But I would say definitely don't worry about definitely don't nag him, right? But you can tell him your concerns. Hey, you no longer like me? What's going on? Like, try to get him to talk about it. And you'll probably find out it had nothing to do with that. Also, women, you guys could put the pressure on us men for a relationship. Like, if you feel like you're at the point where you do want to date and be exclusive, just say it. We respect that as men. We're not mad. Like, oh my gosh, she's so pushy. Women, you're allowed to do this. You're allowed to try to get a man to take you seriously in a relationship. Even prior to sex, if you want to. You could say, hey, I only sleep with men that I'm in a relationship with. So if you are interested in that, we got to be boyfriend and girlfriend first. You have complete control of that. And if anything, I'd recommend women you do that. She also talked about how she doesn't really know him. And so she felt like it's too early to be exclusive. If it's too early to be exclusive, my advice to you, girl, you shouldn't be having sex. Don't have sex with someone you're not ready to be exclusive with, you know? And this is where everyone needs to know what their leverage is in dating. Women, you need to understand that obviously sex is your leverage, so you guys hold this out. But if you want a relationship from a man, you could proposition that, and it shouldn't be exchange, right? There shouldn't be, you're trading for this. But the idea is that if you want a relationship and you want to be serious with someone, you could talk about that up front. And you could also talk about how you only sleep with men that you're dating or you're in a committed relationship with. And men, we accept this, we respect this. And if we really want to be with you, you know, we may get in a relationship with you first. But you still got to vet men out because I won't lie, there are some men that's going to do everything you require us to do and still leave your ass. So there's no real fail proof on when to sleep with someone or when to be in a serious relationship with somebody. If somebody really wants to just take advantage of you, you know, in many respects, you're in trouble. So the best way to go about it is if you're going to date a man, sleep with a man, my advice is judge his character based on who he is, not necessarily who he is in relationship to you. Meaning, like, does he have good morals? Does he have good principles? And let that decide whether you want to be with him long term or not. Okay? And again, don't feel like it's an issue if you press a relationship. If I'm sleeping with a girl and she tells me that, where's this going? I want to be your boyfriend, I want you to be my boyfriend, or I want to be your girlfriend. If she said that to me, I'd be understanding. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm shocked. I'd be understanding. This is okay for girls to do that. So I don't know. That's my thoughts on it. What do you guys think about it? Check out I'll be messing up the very ending of the videos. Check out some of my other videos. I'll talk to you people soon. Until next time, Playboys.